I can provide a detailed list of services, pricing, and consultation. I wish you...
So suspicious that in 2 responses she hasn't mentioned anything about the game. I'm starting to wonder if she knows what the game is at all. If you thought she couldn't sweep lower.
Perhaps your eyesight isn't great, but that's not my concern. But I did answer your question that or they have good potential, but very few people actually do anyway.
What? I'm Lazy Game Dev, and I'm working towards publishing my first indie game, Thornetica, a theater-based RPG whose demo was released 2 months ago. Link below in the description, try it out for free. This is the first time I'm trying to publish a game in general, so I had to learn a lot of stuff on the go, and I'm not merely speaking about the development, but I'm specifically referring to all the other bureaucracy, marketing, planning ahead, the development, organizing, all the invisible stuff that you don't really think about when you start brainstorming an idea. I won't pretend like I'm all set and it's gonna be all smooth sailing from here and I've already learned everything, I'm a pro at this, not at all. But I think the hardest part is behind us. Right now we're just shy of 900 wishlists on Steam, and 80% of that has just happened on the past 2 months, so we're doing quite well. Since then, I've received a lot of emails, many more than the ones I received before gaining any wishlists, which was zero emails for months with my Steam page up. But suddenly some press covers my game, it starts to get some wishlists, some influencers play it, and suddenly, whoa, there's some emails. Finally, someone saw the potential in my game and will give me the recognition I deserve, bringing me into stardom if I just simply pay them. What kind of business angel is this? Okay, so I've been receiving a lot of scam emails, and I suppose it makes sense, and I suspect this would be the case basically in any other form of creative industry or entrepreneurship type situation. But I feel it's especially cruel to find this sort of stuff going on in the video game industry, because it's an industry that's so built on passion that it seems so predatory for these people to email new developers, students, or people fresh out of college making their first game, to scam them when they're trying so hard to make a living and giving it their all, basically. Maybe some of these emails, you could say, are incredibly obvious. I know I've gotten to a point where I can basically sniff them out immediately, but the first time you get one of these, the right person will be gullible enough to buy into it, especially if you receive it in a moment of vulnerability. And as indie game developers have many moments of vulnerability, I'd say more moments of vulnerability than moments of strength and confidence.
Hi, I'm Adele, here to help your game stand out. I work with developers to strengthen their Steam presence by using focused promotion, smart positioning, and a strategy built around what your title truly needs. Together, we can boost your visibility, reach motivated players, and aim for top spots in Steam recommendations. I offer services such as wishlist growth, curator mentions, game testing, player base boost, and promotion on Discord and Twitter. Currently running spring discounts on promotion services. The offer is available until the 15th of April. If you're interested in boosting your game, I can provide a detailed list of services, pricing, and consultation. I wish you a wonderful spring season, Adele.
The formula these scammers usually follow is the following. Hey, I'm an influential individual with lots of contact and street cred. I can dramatically increase your wishlist and visibility for an ambiguous amount of money you have to pay me. Now, boiled down like that, it seems very obvious this is a scam. This email sort of seems like it's giving some details, mentioning social media platforms and a strict deadline. That raises more suspicions than anything. No form of marketing firm or any type of service provider that's actually a established company that works hand in hand with developers would tell you, oh, you have until this date to take advantage of our special offer. That's not. That's kind of a psychological thing to get you to quickly, without thinking about it too much, try to hire their services or whatever and get scammed in some way. I haven't tried to get scammed. I am too fucking afraid to do that for the sake of content. So yeah, when I received this, I was already 95% certain that it was a scam, but I kept cool and tried to reply. Not only because of the off chance it wasn't a scam, but because I knew that when I could confirm it was a scam, I could milk this for content. Hi Adil, could you point me to some case studies of games that have employed these services? Perhaps you have a site I can check out. Also, why do you think our game is a good fit for these services? Regards, Marco. A very logical response on my part, keeping it subdued. Myths about how hard it is to sign with a publisher have created this false power dynamic with developers, when in reality, a publisher or marketing agency make their money from developers, ideally symbiotically, but we'll touch on that later. The point being, this is a safe email. Even if this is like a legit, be it publisher or marketing firm, you should ask this stuff. It's kind of like they're doing a bad job if they're not telling you this. If you're considering working with any like service provider of this type, I would recommend that you reach out to the developers that have worked with them before and ask for their opinion. I have done this some few times already by now, and of course don't just look at the games that appear on the publisher's front page. Try to dig deep, try to see which games have failed, what is the risk that your game will look more like these cases than others. Preparation is everything. I quickly received a response from this so-called Adil. It read as follows.
Hi Marco, I am not allowed to disclose work examples because they contain information about clients, which is confidential, but to make sure I'm a part of Project Javi Club, also here our Reddit page, you can write to my personal email. I'm not writing letters from this email for safety of domain. Please write to my personal mail for verify me. You can send code, Word or SMTHLs. In such way you can verify me. My services are designed to promote games, increase their reach, and help you find people who are genuinely interested in the game. That is why I am making this offer, though the decision, of course, is entirely up to you. I can send you a list of my services and offer advice on them. If you are interested, please let me know. Regards.
Right, so this response is kind of funny. They just like outed themselves completely. Like, I could see someone naively falling for the first email, but this response is just like, man, what are you doing? Like, right, so not only is there like the font on the first line like different, which is suspicious, I guess, their wording is like extremely poor. Once you actually read it, it becomes like unfathomable. Like, nobody writes like this. Who are you? They have no website at all they have is a subreddit. If you go into this subreddit, it has like less activity than my freaking YouTube channel after like spending 6 months without uploading a video. I guess if they could have like at least just like send a link to someone else's very popular games subreddit or something like that with like a lot of activity. I guess if they did that, it would be like easier to disprove that they own it, but the email is so like obviously false that at this point I would take that as an attempt to deceive me, which has slightly more chances, I would say. Anyway, yeah, so the email is terribly written, featuring a plethora of spelling mistakes, and they completely disregarded one of my 2 questions. My response was very brief, right into the point. I only asked them 2 things. 1, can you show me case studies of other people? 2, why do you think this service is adequate for our game? Our game. Know that I'm not mentioning Thornetica, because at this point I am so suspicious that in 2 responses she hasn't mentioned anything about the game. I'm starting to wonder if she knows what the game is at all. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna mention my game. Will she talk about it? Right now they're not dropping my mask, but I have 0 doubts in my mind. So I'm just gonna respond for the kicks. Hi Adil, thanks for the quick reply. You haven't mentioned prices, though I'll be blunt. You should change your terms and conditions. I don't think most people are inclined to spend their budget on a service they can't verify. Any marketing agency has case studies to verify their success, so I can find their clients and verify their experiences. This is the equivalent of hiring someone without them presenting a CV or knowing anything about them, just because they knocked on your doorstep and they said they can increase your profits an ambiguous amount if you pay them an ambiguous amount. You also dodged the question about what makes our game a good candidate for this service. So to say I'm distrustful would be an understatement. Regards, Marco. Yeah, I cooked it. I cooked her like that. I can be nasty. I can be nasty, guys. You guys don't know I can be nasty. If you thought she couldn't sweep lower, she decided to drop the mask completely to flat out insult their would-be client in their next response, which I guess is fair. I cannot dig her kind of hard, but also she's escalating this way too much. Like, at this point, why even answer? You know I'm not like buying this stupid scam you're trying to sell me. Like, just, I guess she's very prideful. Anyways, let's take a look at the response.
I don't know how you read my message, perhaps your eyesight isn't great, but that's not my concern, but I did answer your questions.
Perhaps your eyesight isn't great? But that's none of my concern. Again, but I did answer your question.
But that's not my concern, but I did answer your questions.
No, you didn't.
Apart from sending you the services, though I don't think you need them. Anyway, we usually write to people like you, because their games are in a deep, deep hole, and without us they'll probably never climb out of that hole, or they have good potential, but very few people actually do anyway.
Oh, but I see, they write to people like me because they are my only hope. My game is in a deep, deep hole, and at the end of the day, without them specifically, I'm basically done for. I stand no chance of anything. Or I have a good potential, but most people actually don't.
That hole, or they have good potential, but very few people actually do anyway.
What?
If you're interested in my services, I'll send them to you. I can't show you any clients, though, as there's a confidentiality agreement between us, and breaking it would be very, very wrong.
Of course, guys, that would be lying, and lying is wrong, and this person is above lying. I'm sure they wouldn't lie to anyone about anything.
And as for the unsolicited advice, I didn't ask for thanks.
Damn, bitch, like, if you're gonna roast me like that, you don't need unsolicited and didn't ask for in the same fucking sentence. Like, ask for the advice I didn't ask for, which I didn't ask for. Thank you very much, good sir. Right, so at this point I was like, just kind of like, I'm definitely making this into content, so like, time to meme this bitch, fellas. Alright, let me just channel my inner Archie into my response, and I'll leave you with it. Again, thank you for the quick response. My eyesight is not great, admittedly, but if anything, that just goes to show how obvious the scam is. I did see your message, but a subreddit dedicated to giving away random cheap Steam keys to farm engagement while failing at it is a paltry excuse for a guarantee. Again, I'm not the best person for advice on how to scam people, but you might want to rethink your approach. You failed to mention the game, its name, or anything about it, despite me asking in every message why it's a good fit for us specifically. Also, yet another telltale sign of the illegitimacy behind this is your overall poor grammar and punctuation. So that is another tip I can give you. Try to make your emails seem like they were written by an adult. If you apply these tips and fake just a bit more sincerity, I'm sure you'll be able to crawl out of your hole too and scam some hard-working developers. I wish you all the best, Marco. Hopefully you guys had a bit of a laugh and learned something. We're not going to deep dive into every email I got. This was just like the most funny case. If you do get these sort of emails, my personal MO at the moment would be, if you're unsure about if they're a scam, you can try to reply and try to get some info out of it. Again, who do they work with? Why are you a good fit specifically? Why are they a good fit for you specifically? If they don't give you any info, block them. It's already highly suspicious for anyone to contact you without citing an actual website. Something else I do want to touch upon are actual legitimate scams, as in not actually some random guy trying to steal your money, but make of some sort an actual marketing agency of some sort, for instance. As opposed to raw scams, they are a legitimate company. There are legitimate companies that will reach out to you, which I would also qualify as a scam, but it's a different sort of scam. They obviously are who they say they are, but they are just kind of trying to sell you a service that is not really suited for you, and they just kind of don't have anything to lose if whoever like dumb developer accepts, then that's how they make their money, I guess. And I guess, again, I don't have much experience on this, but I guess some services, of course, can be good for some developers, or but the way these companies tend to work is just have like a radar or some bots like kind of supervising when an indie game passes a certain threshold of wishlist, automatically send an email. Oh hey, we really love your game. What is your game about, by the way? We have no idea, but we really love your game and we think we would be a good fit for us, and we have an adjustable budget for small developers, so basically you can try to pay them X amount. But I'll talk a bit about my experience with these kinds of companies. For the development of Thornetica, I basically don't have a budget, so I'm not really open to accept anything besides revenue split and royalties. And if whoever contacts me doesn't believe in my game enough to accept those terms, then I'm not really interested. I won't name them, but I had this marketing agency send me emails, and I researched them, even contacted one of their clients, and decided after doing my search that it really wasn't for me. It cost way too much, they didn't seem to have the results to back it up, or even really experience with games that are like similar to mine in the slightest, so I just kind of ignored them. But they kept sending me emails, and after the third one they sent me, I opted to actually reply, because I naively thought that if they were so insistent, they might as well actually be interesting. I was kind of skeptical, however, I wasn't completely naive. I decided to respond, but kind of just like laying the truth on the ground from the beginning of the email. Hey, we're two students with zero budget. Agreeing to pay out front is out of the question. But if you believe in our game, we can pact revenue share, and I'm down for a meeting next week. That was sort of the gist of the email, obviously much better worded and not making us sound as lame, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to actually, hey, this is the truth. If you don't like it, actually stop bothering me, and if you actually mean that my game has potential and all of these fancy things you're saying, then you'll accept this, right? You'll accept this, because if you don't, you're a fucking liar and you're trying to scam me. And the second they heard split revenue share, they scrammed. They were gone. They sent me an email, basically just kind of like for pleasantries. After they had been bothering me for months, once they heard that scary revenue share, they were out. Because revenue share means that you can't rip me off. If I go down, you go down with me. You lose money as well. So you actually have to do a good fucking job to actually provide a good service. You can't just come, take all of my money, all of the money I have as an unemployed college student, give me lackluster results and drop me off and be on to your next prey, because this is what marketing agencies do. So beware developers, and let's support each other. And I didn't plan a outro for this particular video, but let me know any other topics you want me to talk about, and I'll see you next time. Lazy Game Dev out.